Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to have a discussion on the voter written by Chinua Achebe. Today, before clarifying the story, I would like to deal with the two important questions. May possible that these questions either come for 4 marks or for 6 marks. The first question: trace the changes in the attitude of the villagers before the second election. Give reasons. Here he is pointing out that you have to give the proper reason how the changes came in the minds of the village people within the span of 5 years when Marcus Achebe got elected and became cultural minister in Umofia. First question this is. And the second important question: Roof is an expert election campaigner or Roof is an expert manipulator? Justify with the reference to the story of the second question. See here, as I told in many classes or most of the classes, first begin the answer the way question is asked. ಏನೇನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳನಲ್ಲ, ರೀಸನ್ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳನಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ 4 out of 4 or 6 out of 6. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ರಾಮಾಯಣವನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 4 out of 4 ಸಿಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, the first point is begin the answer the way question is asked. Now we can see how there is a changes in the minds of the people since the last election. See here, in Umofia there is one place called Umofia in this story. This Umofia basically belongs to Igbo people. These people are tribal people and as well as they are traditional. Means they give more value to tradition and they are Igbo people. Igbo people ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 11 ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ 11 ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ನೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇನ್ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾ and soon after the increase of the population Umofia got the electorate system. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತಗಟ್ಟೆ ಬಂತು. ಈ 11 ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಜನರು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ 11 ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಇಗ್ಬೋ ಜನರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೇ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಮೊದಲು ಬೇರೆ ತಾಲೂಕಿಗೆ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ವೋಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನದರ್ ತಾಲೂಕ್, ಬಟ್ ನೌ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. Soon after getting the electorate system, there was one man who is the hero of this story, Marcus Achebe. He is a missionary school teacher. Though he is a missionary school teacher, he never used to teach or engage any classes to the students. Every day he used to go to school and he puts the signature in the must roll or register and draws his salary every month regularly from the government. This was witnessed by one missionary school lady teacher. She complained against the Marcus Achebe, and after making lot of complaints, finally Marcus Achebe was turned out from the job. Means he was rusticated, completely rusticated from the job from missionary authorities. And when he got turned out from the job, immediately Umofia got the electorate system. joined politics and stood for MLA election, member of legislative assembly ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯುಮೋಫಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ ಇಗ್ಬೋ 11 ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಜನರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ or without expecting anything, they elected him as the MLA. And when he stood for the first time in the election and got elected, government appointed him as the cultural minister. I have already started most of the reasons giving to this question. Please remember why he has got elected cultural minister, because Umofia basically consisted of tribal people and it is gives value to traditional. Tradition ಐತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. People got elected him without charging anything. And when Marcus Achebe got elected, cultural minister means it is a pretty incoming post as well. Pretty incoming andra ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. Marcus Achebe, what he did, soon after Marcus Achebe got elected, Umofia started getting all the facilities. There are lot of doctorate degrees are there, lot of schools are there, lot of universities he built, and Umofia got lot of doctorates, fancy titles, everything. He made lot of developments, I agree. By making the same development, he also developed. Whatever he had also developed, because he has 2 long cars, and he built a palatial mansion one could not see ever in that part. So this time people wanted to charge something. It means that this time people are not going to vote free of cost. ಈ ಸಾರಿ ಹಣ ಇಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಾರ್ದ ನಾವು ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಜನರು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಾಕತ್ರು. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದೋ ಮಾರ್ಕಸ್ Achebe is the man of high traditional culture, he has one expert election campaigner with him, that is Roof. It is the Roof who always guided Marcus Achebe about the radical change that has come in the minds of the Umofian people. First reason is that it is Roof who informed or suggested Marcus Achebe that they did not got expected seats in the last national election. Last national election ಒಳಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡದಷ್ಟು ಸೀಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. Means there occurred a change in the minds of the people. First reason. That's why there is a change. Second thing is that what is the argument of the people? How people are changed? The second reason is people are changed. They agree that the Umofia have got lot of facilities. It is developed, but still they need a doctor who can heal their sickness very quickly. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರಾಶಿಗಳು ಹಂಗಿರ್ತಾವ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 2 ತಾಸು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 18 ತಾಸು ಬೇಕಂತ. 18 ತಾಸು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 24 ತಾಸು ಬೇಕಂತ. ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಬೇಕಂತ. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ, ಬ್ರಾಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಅ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೀಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಸಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ. And the third, how there is a change in the minds of the people. The third reason is that, what is the argument of the village people? The argument is that as Marcus Achebe is not a successful missionary school teacher, how can he become a successful cultural minister? And now the party already declared that if Marcus Achebe got elected. This time he is the honorable the chief. Honorable the chief means he is our chief minister. So Marcus Achebe don't want to be defeated in this election by the people, by hook or crook. At any rate or at any cost, Marcus Achebe don't want to throw away a single vote on the last page. So he was very eager and anxious to win in this election. Second reason. The third reason what the villagers give is that after becoming the cultural minister, it is Marcus Achebe who had 2 long cars and he had a palatial mansion. Next reason, palatial mansion one could not ever seen in these parts. Third reason. The fourth reason is that lady teacher, as I told, she had already lodged a complaint against the Marcus Achebe. So if there is a complaint, he cannot stand for election. That's why what Marcus Achebe did, he married her. Means akina madivage ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಾನ. So people are thinking that he is corrupted. Next reason. And the most important reason is that, very quoted by your own textbook, when Marcus Achebe christened his new house as Umofia, he had given a grand supper party to all the village people. After the feast was over, feast andra bhojana, after the feast was over, people started talking among themselves that last time they have underestimated the power of ballot paper, but this time they should not do so again. This time if the Marcus Achebe will give money, then only they are going to cast the vote, or else they are not going to cast. In this way, there is a drastic change in the minds of the people before the second election. First election, they have given their vote free of cost. But this time, they are going to charge something. Whatever they are going to charge. The first, they had a wonderful feast by the hands of Marcus Achebe. Second, he has to give shillings. If he could not offer the shillings, they are not going to give that vote. He has to charge something. So in this way, there is a drastic change in the minds of the people. That is why it is Roof who suggested the Marcus Achebe that if you want to win, you have to give something. And whenever he makes the election campaigning, it is Roof who suggests Marcus Achebe to explain whatever the developments done by Marcus Achebe. But in this, Marcus Achebe remained devoted to his people. He drawn 5 months salary in advance and converted that pounds into shillings and started distributing the money. In this way, this present lesson voter shows that how in democracy people have become corrupted and how they are electing corrupted leaders and how there is a corruption in the country. Are you clear with the first question? Second question. Roof is an expert election campaigner or manipulator. Justify with reference to the story. See, manipulator means one who manipulates. Manipulates andra mark padisu. One irkati decision. ಆ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವರು ಮ್ಯಾನಿಪುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಪುಲೇಟರ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇವೆರಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಒಂದೇ. ಈಗ ಆರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಇಫ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಲಗೈ ಬಂಟರ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತ, ಎಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ. ಆ ಎಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೂಫ್. ಸೊ ರೂಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನರ್. In what way he is the expert election campaigner? We can see here. Again, I would like to repeat you. Begin the answer the way question is asked. with reference to justify ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಸನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇವ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನರ್ ಅದಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಪ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್ ಅದಾನ ಅಂತಂದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಜಸ್ಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟಿಫೈ. ಸಿ, in the beginning of the story we come to confirm that Roof is, avana purti hesaru Rufus, okay? In short, he is called Roof. Roof is the most popular man in Dimorphia. How popular? Even if you go and ask the people how much popular Roof in his village, they cannot find any words to explain that how much popular Roof was or Roof is. That much popular. How? He knows the total mindset of these 11 places Igbo people. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, Roof can tell the mood and temper of the electorates at any given time, or Roof could tell the mood and temper of the voters at any given time. First thing. Second, Roof was a real expert in local, state, national election. ಅದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಚುನಾವಣೆಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಚುನಾವಣೆಗಳಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಚುನಾವಣೆಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಇವ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದ. ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಏನದರ್, Roof is an expert election campaigner because it is Roof who suggested Marcus Ide that since the last national election there is a drastic change in the minds of the people, so you have to explain satisfactorily whatever the developments you have made in Dimorphia, or else you will lose in this election. Second, and Roof is an expert election campaigner because don't think that Roof is a local boy. He is a learned person, educated. As he was educated and he worked as a bicycle repairer in Port Harcourt for 2 long years. Though he has a great future in Port Harcourt as a bicycle repairer, but promptly he returned to his village, Dimorphia, in order to guide his people in difficult times. That's why Roof is the most popular man and Roof is the most expert manipulator. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರನ್ನ ಹಣದಿಂದ, ಆಶೆ ಆಮಿಷಗಳಿಂದ ಗೆಲ್ಲಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಗೆಲ್ಲಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ NTR ಅವರು 3 ಸಾರಿ 2 ಸಾರಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, leaders are not born from calculations, they are born from emotions ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಜಾತಿ, ಹಣ, ಇನ್ನಿತರ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಾಯಕರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ದಿವಸ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದ ಇಮೋಷನಲಿ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಜನರನ್ನ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ leaders are always not born from calculation, they are born from emotions. You can even use this quotation, no problem. So manipulation means that is. So he was a popular man and people used to obey whatever the orders or the request put by Roof. That's why Marcus Ide kept Roof as a expert election campaigner, because Marcus Ide believes only on Roof. He is the trusted campaigner for Marcus Ide. Second reason. And the third reason is that it is Roof who warned Marcus Ide there is a drastic change in the minds of the people. That's why when Marcus Ide came to know that there is a drastic change in the minds of the people, he drawn 5 months salary in advance, converted that pounds into shining shillings. ಅವು 2,000 ನೋಟ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 2,000 ನೋಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ. ಆ 100 ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಜೂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಈ ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲ, ಆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಹಾಕಿ in the day he made his speeches or election campaigning. At night there stalwart boys, stalwart ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನಂಬಿಕೆಸ್ತರು, stalwart boys used to make whispering campaigning. Whispering campaigning means ಆ ಸಮಾಜದ ಹಿರಿಯರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಯಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಅವರು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಣವನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ರೂಫ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಹೆಡ್. ಸೊ it is Roof who distributed 4 shillings to each elders of the village in Ogoi Ejenwa. I hope you do remember. Ejenwa is the man of high traditional title in Umofia, and he distributed at Ejenwa he distributed 4 shillings to each elders by convincing him that you have to vote for Achebe. For this reason or for this justification, Roof is a expert manipulator or expert election campaigner. And the next, see, on the day of elections, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಪನಿಕ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನ ಚಿನುವಾ ಚಿನಿ ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತದ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3-4 ದಿವಸ ಐತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಬಂದಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 100 ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ದೂರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಸ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದ 100 ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ದೂರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಸ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಿಮ್ರು. ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರು ಕುಡಿತಿರ್ತಾರ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ನೀವು Achebe ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೂಫ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ in elections campaigning and speeches are most important. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಐತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಡೂ ವಾಚ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್ and speeches of the most of the greatest personalities in politics, present in politics. You will wonder that how they used to make what do you say, they used to give counter attacks. ವಾಗ್ದಾಳಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. So on that way it is Roof who makes expert election campaigning on the day of election. See how we have to justify it. See, it is Roof who advises a group of illiterate women. One matter ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, do not forget our sign is the motor car. See, when Roof tells that a group of illiterate women, do not forget, they themselves with inspiration they told that our sign is the motor car, because motor car is the sign of Achebe, and he belongs to PAP, People's Alliance Party. And another candidate, Meduka, his sign is head, religious head, and he belongs to POP, Progressive Organization Party. These two candidates. So it is Roof who clearly tells that group of illiterate women, our sign is, do not forget, they replied Roof, our sign is the motor car. And after that, it is Roof who informed all the people who are gathered there, if you vote for the motor car, why walk when you can ride in it ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾವ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಈ ಪಕ್ಷವನ್ನ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಥವಾ Achebe ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸಾರಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬರೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾರ್ನಾಗ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. And one old girl tells that if we cannot come, our children may come ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳರು ಬಂದೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ Achebe ಕಾರ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದು ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ he makes expert election campaign, and he suggests all the people who gathered there that you have so people started screaming that our sign is the motor car, and finally there struck up a number in the Yumuru band, why walk when we can ride. So in this way also Roof is an expert election campaigner. But ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಅತಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು, why we tell that Roof is an expert election campaigner, it is Roof who declares and requests or orders all the people who came for voting in that booth. He tells that Our sign is the motor car, and don't look at the other box beside, which is the symbol of head, because it is the party of those people whose heads are not correct ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದ್ರ ಆ ತಲೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಸಿಂಬಾಲ್ ಏನು ಚಿಹ್ನೆ ಐತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರ ಅದು ತಲೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ಇರ್ಲಾರ್ದವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್, ಮಾರ್ಕಸ್ ಇಬೆ gives him a very pride smile. Here in this case also, Roof is an excellent manipulator or election campaigner. And finally, when the rush of the people or one round rush of the people was over, it is Marcus Ibe who orders Roof to go and cast his ballot paper. ಆವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಸಮಾಧಾನವಾದಂತಹ ಮಿಡಿತ ರೂಫ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ರೂಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಪ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ, ಇಫ್ he could not vote for Maduka, the eye will take note because he has promised on that eye. ಆ ಧರ್ಮಗ್ರಂಥದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. The eye will take note. And how could he betray Marcus even in secret? Because he is the loyal agent or loyal supporter of Marcus Ibe. As you know well that Roof is an expert manipulator. He goes into the booth. Suddenly, an idea leapt into his mind. He tore the ballot paper into two, and he put in that ballot paper or dropped the first ballot paper into Maduka's box by confirming that he kept the promise made on the eye. And secondly, he dropped a second paper, torn paper, he dropped into the box of Marcus Ibe, confirming that still he is a very loyal supporter of Marcus Ibe. Means his vote is being cancelled. And this is a story about, ಇದನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ, the present story. In this way, the present story tells us the clashes or a dilemma between tradition and modernity, and this story also tells the dilemma or the clash between the Eastern and Western culture in democracy. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ Western culture teaches us a lot of fashions. Eastern culture teaches us lot of fashions. In this between, we people are very much confused. So in this way, Roof was confused. That's why Roof is an expert manipulator or expert campaigner. I hope you have understood this question. So now, I would like to come to, in a simple way, I would like to come to the story here. Nodri, this story already you are very familiar with Roof, who is expert election campaigner and a loyal supporter of Marcus Ibe. And Marcus Ibe is a missionary school teacher. Later he became a MLA, cultural minister, and remained devoted to his people. And in this, there are two parties called PAP, People's Alliance Party, POP, Progressive Organization Party, and the story takes place in Umofia. And Umofia basically belongs to Igbo people, and the elders who are there in Umofia are staying in Yezelwa. Means in Yezelwa, it is Roof who distributes shillings. There was no person who can defeat Marcus Ibe. Marcus Ibe successfully ruled or successfully completed his 4.5 years or 5 years as a cultural minister, and he made lot of progressive works, but still the people need more. So that's why this time, as he is going to become honorable the chief, there arose another party, that is POP. The symbol of the party is head, and the leader or who stood for election from this party is Maduka. this party is formed to annihilate politics from social, political, cultural and traditional. ಅಂದ್ರ ರಾಜಕೀಯದಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನ ಧರ್ಮನ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿನ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜಕೀಯನ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಸಿಬೆ is distributing shillings, Maduka is distributing pounds. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರ ಮಾರ್ಕಸಿಬೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಾನ 100 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಕೊಡಕತ್ತಾನ, ಇವರು 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಕತ್ತಾರ. ಸೊ ಡೆಮಾಕ್ರಸಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಯಾರು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಐತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ರಾಂಟೆಡ್. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೂಫ್. Before the day of the election, last night, suddenly PUC party's campaigners suddenly visited Roof. As Roof was sitting in his room or home, they visited him. Without wasting any time, they put 5 ponds in front of Roof. Roof had seen that ponds. He stood up with a very cautious way. He went outside of the door, locked it and came. Within the gap of this, he measured the total condition outside and inside and sat. And this PUC campaigner told, "We want your vote." Roof said, "How can I vote? Because I belong to the party of Marcus." See, if you promise me that this matter will not go outside this room, if it will not be heard outside this room, then I am going to cast my vote for Maduka, because Roof has already purchased one disputed land. ಒಂದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹೊಲದ ಜಾಗ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನ ಕಡೆ ಹಣ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ 5 pounds ಅನ್ನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಅವ ತಗೊಂಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೋಕಾ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕೋಕಾ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲೇ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಜನರು, ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾದ ಜನರು ಕೋಕಾ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಫ್ 5 pounds and completely loses the loyalty towards Marcus. Roof was very happy when he took the 5 pounds. The problem started when this PUC campaigner signaled another campaigner. He brought something which is covered in red cloth and opened. When he opened that thing, Roof's heart nearly flew out. Andra avana hridayana haari hogibiಡ್ತು, because it is nothing but I. ಇದು ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾದ ಇಗ್ಬೋ ಜನರ ಧರ್ಮಗ್ರಂಥ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಧರ್ಮಗ್ರಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದಂದ್ರ ದ ಐ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಗಂಠ. ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಈಗ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನ ಧರ್ಮಗ್ರಂಥ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದ, ಕುರಾನ್ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಪೈಗಂಬರರಿಂದ, ಬೈಬಲ್ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಯೇಸು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತರಿಂದ. ಹಾಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಐ ಕೇಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಗಂಠ. ಸೊ that PUC campaigner told, you have to take an oath or promise on I that you will vote for Maduka. Roof is not a traditional man, more traditional man. Immediately he kept his hand and promised on I that I will cast my vote for Maduka. Why he thought like this? Illu explain expert manipulator paddhati. One yochane ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ, as he is a very good manipulator, he thinks that how can a single vote casted against the Marcus-Achebe can take a historical victory of Marcus-Achebe ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ Marcus-Achebe ಸೋತು ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ 5 points ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಇದೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಾ Marcus-Achebe ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾನ. and when he comes nearly to the car of that campaigner, he tells that a single vote cannot take away the landslide victory of Marcus Achebe. He tells, that campaigner tells. Maybe possible this time we get few, next time we may get more. Means if all the people in this world or in this constituency starts thinking that how can a landslide victory of Marcus Achebe of my single vote can take his victory, if you think like that, then the problem starts. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹಿಂಗ ಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕಸ್ ಅಚೆಬೆ is defeated. This is a flat ending story where we cannot come to the conclusion whether Marcus Achebe had won in this election or Maduka had won in this election. That is left to the readers. If you are on the party of Maduka, you do feel or you do think or you do take it for granted that Maduka had won. If not, Marcus Achebe. So like this. So and he thought in the same way. Hinge ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ as it is the flat ending, we did not come to know who had won. But in democracy, most of the elections are going like this, and most of the manipulators are taking birth in the present day. So I hope you are very much confirmed with these two important questions. And if you had already prepared answers, if you want answers, you just contact me. I will send you the answers through the WhatsApp. Thank you very much for your valuable time and valuable listening. And thank you. And tomorrow I am going to again deal with another session. Again I am going to concentrate on tomorrow I am going to concentrate on especially on children. You do come and attend the class. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.